So it's not like I'm some big bigoted dude. In fact, I'm going to talk about the way that this episode upholds some really unpleasant tropes about gay people. And you're going to go, no, it didn't, Richard. It was lovely and touching. I'm going to say, you're too straight and don't hang out with gay people who would find a lot of this repugnant. So let me just show you the overwhelming praise. Okay, IGN, right? Just a sort of bog standard review from IGN. The Last of Us Episode 3 review, you can see here. A beautiful reminder that love is open for all to find, no matter who and where you choose to discover it with, right? A masterfully told love story set in a world designed to leave them unwritten. Episode 3 of HBO's The Last of Us is a sensational hour of television. It shines a light on a chapter previously shrouded in resentment, instead offering two characters a brighter, happier time together. I don't want characters in an apocalyptic wasteland to have a bright, happy time. I want it to suck and be miserable and tonally consistent with the world, okay? But all right, on we go. Nick Offerman and Murray Bartlett take on leading role duties with elegance, leaving an unmistakably beautiful mark on the show as we're shown a side of humanity that makes what Joel and Ellie are fighting for worth saving. It's an episode just like love that lives long in the memory after experiencing it. That was IGN's glowing praise. This is Tom's Guide. Tom's Guide, again, perfect score for the episode. Said The Last of Us Episode 3 is the first best TV episode of the year. It breaks down a lot of the story, so there's some spoilers in here. It basically talks about how it ends and blah, blah, blah. But they say it's one of the best episodes. It's the best episode of television this year, right? So there you go. Polygon rightfully acknowledged the San Junipero notes, which was again a great episode, if not one of the best episodes of Black Mirror. Regularly tops the list. Look, it's the San Junipero zombie stories, they say. The standalone episode expands on the game's most incidental queer romance, right? And it's like, you know, I didn't think it was incidental. I thought it was actually very important with a lot of the, you know, symbology that was there in the storyline. And again, they give it a perfect score. This is AV Club. AV Club said, you know, they used the clever, it's a game changer. Literally, get it? Because it changes the plot of the game, right? And they give it, again, top marks. They say here, what's significant about this detour is that not only does it make the implicit relationship explicit, it shows careful thought on the part of the creators about the difference between a video game and a TV show. One of the early criticisms thrown around before HBO's adaptation premiered was that there wasn't any point in remaking the game for TV when it already exists in a form that's legitimately cinematic. We talked about that the other day in my review of episodes 1 and 2. Putting aside the value of that argument, which falls apart when you consider viewers who have no desire to ever play the game, the way to counter it is to do exactly what Mazin and Druckmann have done here. Take something only hinted at in the game and expand upon it in ways the game never could. Cast great actors like Nick Offerman and Murray Bartlett and give them the time and space to tell a complicated, emotional, self-contained story that requires nothing of the viewer except to take it all in. Show us a piece of this world we've never seen before. That's something you can only get in a television series, and it's all the better for it. Even a movie couldn't do that. And it's like, no, TV shows and movies can absolutely hint at things you need to put together yourself without you explicitly being spoon-fed the story, right? Definitely great films, great TV series do that. And I'll just use the example. True Detective Season 1, you can go back there and see tons of little things you have to put together yourself in the writing. Like, for example, why is Rust Cole called the Little Priest when he goes to take down the Yellow King in Carcosa? Why do they call him the priest, the Little Priest? Well, it's because he's so good at hearing other people's confessions, you see. That's why they've given him that nickname. And what that tells you is people in the police force are talking to the criminals Rust Cole is tracking down. Is any of that explicitly stated? No. Will you get that on the first watch? No. Will you get it on the second watch? Maybe not even. But it's so good you will watch it time and time again, and it will reward you with that tidbit of information you piece together yourself as an intelligent viewer. But no, what these people want you to do is to base
Sex goblin.
nonsense instead of picking up
Nej,
this rich
det åker.
tapestry of a story. So no, I completely reject the idea.
Sluta med jävla hemskt skratt.
Or that explicit is better than
Jävla
implicit. I don't buy that
häxa.
for a second. So, The Last of Us creators explain
Vad har han
episode
för
3's
mössa på
heartbreak
sig?
twists and change from the game. They basically give it a huge breakdown about saying how brave and how bold it is to put this explicit storyline in to the TV show. I'm really curious to see what the reception will be. This is from Druckmann. Because this is quite different, but what was important was the underlying theme. Now I'm going to tell you later in this review how this actually erodes the underlying theme, erodes the potency of you coming to grasp it yourself in your mind, because they changed the suicide note, well, right, from Frank, because now it's Bill writing it. And it says something so cringeworthily explicit. It's actually like a terrible piece of writing in a video game. Like when you see something scrawled with blood on the walls.
Feta arsle alltså. Va? Nej.
Remake, you know,
fucking,
who would take the time to do that?
Nej.
You know, that's a trope that's mocked as far back as Red Dwarf. Season 6 episode Sirens, you know, I think when they go to the derelict ship, they say, look, he's wrote the word sirens in blood, and then somebody says, why did you go to the trouble of using a kidney as a full stop? And this goes, I don't think he did, I think he just blocked out. And of course, obviously, you wouldn't if you were dying, like people who record stuff as they're dying, if you get this, you know, it's a trope, it's lazy writing. So anyway, yes, someone who badly needed a pen, perfect. Glad we got a Red Dwarf fan in the chat. So anyway, he says, the takeaway when you're playing that sequence is that Bill, obviously there's that interesting action, but it's like a warning for Joel, right? Every relationship that happens in the story somehow reflects back on Joel and Ellie. Yes, I know, I said this yesterday. Everything is about them. So that was about making Joel feel the dangers of what can happen to a partner. This is where in the game Joel really makes the choice that he has to take care of the girl, and the same thing happens here. We deviate, go on this detour, but then we come back to what the underlying story is about. Yes, you do it in much weaker fashion. This is behind a paywall, but you'll just see the 5-star review with the headline. That's all you really need. It's a Telegraph. The Last of Us Episode 3 review. Nick Offerman elevates zombie drama to Soprano status. Not in any single world is that true, by the way. Esquire, the headline says, The Last of Us Episode 3 is a TV moment we'll never forget. And so, you know, I want to just break down, like, some of the problems with this episode from start to finish, because I criticized some of the writing and how sloppy it was in episodes 1 and 2. And someone messaged me yesterday, I won't tell you who they are, but somebody messaged me yesterday going, Richard, it's incredible that you've got an eye for the mistakes when you didn't miss some of the brilliant writing. And they linked me to a video, and it was a video of a content creator who said, these are all the times that Joel nearly got infected in the first episode, because the vector for infection in this version of the story is flour. And I even had it wrote down on my notes. It was flour, ? From the Jakarta flour factory where people got sick initially. And that, for me, isn't good writing, including a bunch of Easter eggs. Oh, Joel nearly ate a pancake. Joel nearly ate his birthday cake. Joel's daughter nearly had food from the neighbors. That would have been a scone or whatever. I don't consider that good writing. In fact, this is the problem where it starts with episode 3. I don't give a solitary fuck about how the infection started, and I don't think you should either, and I don't think it's meaningful to the story in any way. How the fall of a society happens is largely irrelevant when you tell those stories, on how to tell those stories within it. It's like one of the things, to use another one of my go-to examples, it's one of the things, that Bethesda never got about Fallout. It doesn't matter who shot first. You don't need to go back and tell me, or what was happening with America, and you didn't need to go back and, make it so Vault-Tec were involved somehow. You didn't need to do any of this. The point is, there was a nuclear holocaust, and obviously all of the truth all of the knowledge about the hows gets lost to time because you are now existing in an apocalypse where information is unobtainable from a past we can no longer connect to. And that's important. That's what Obsidian got right with New Vegas when they're reading about Caesar. And depending on who you talk to, he's called Kaiser, Caesar, Chaser. They all got different pronunciations for it because there's no anchor to the past. It's like when you're meant to be impressed, about Hegelian dialectics and all this stuff. It's like it's the trappings and the tropes of historical information being falsely applied and misunderstood in the present because there's no through road to the past anymore. So the how doesn't matter. It's what you do with the world when it's there. And so this episode 3, starts with a cringe-worthy explainer. Ellie and Joel are walking on the country roads, take me home, right? They're walking along and they're talking about how it started. And Ellie even says, and they use like another Easter egg to make a reference to 28 Days Later. And she goes like, oh, I bet it was a monkey, right? Because that's how it starts in 28 Days Later, right? And he goes, no, it was flour. It looks like if you had certain food, you just got sick and blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't need any of this. This does nothing for their relationship. It does nothing for the story. This is the definition
you recognize this voice,
filler.
man.
And when you consider the episode puts them on screen for like a total of 15 minutes out of a 74-minute runtime, I want them talking about shit that's gonna, improve the development. The only meaningful scene before we get to Nick Offerman and the Brokeback Mountain storyline is Ellie Switchblades trapped, infected in the head and kills it. So we know she's not intimidated by that shit, and we know she is capable of killing it to a certain degree, albeit an incapacitated enemy. So anyway, right, immediately was like, okay, this is good. They're gonna be bold here. Because the flashback didn't come pre-titles, right? So I was like, oh, brilliant.
Måste hålla i den där
We're not
knappen.
gonna do any more of those stupid American moron scenes. Fantastic. No, we
Oh,
are. In fact, we're
it's
gonna do
Richard
the whole
Lewis. He covers esports and
but I
media.
thought, okay, at least they're gonna be brave with it because
Oh
Bill
my God,
is a
it's so
doomsday
loud.
prepper, which, by the way, in the writing, in the game, it was always implied he was that kind of person. Joel explicitly says he is paranoid and hard to get along with. He'll make certain references to the government, make certain references to his lifestyle. In fact, he's turned an entire town into a booby trap thing. He refers to himself, I think, as a survivalist in the game. All of this is implied, right? It's good implied writing. I know who Bill was before the fall. I don't need it to be explicitly said. But what was good was, imagine the writing being, the Doomsday Preppers were right. That's brave. I like that. Especially in a day when they're all considered, if you're anti-government, now, if you're anti-Democrats, it's bad, right? But if you were anti-Trump, it was good. As if the American government actually changes in any meaningful way. But I thought, okay, they're gonna play up the fact that the Doomsday Preppers were right. There's even a line in it when he says to his boyfriend, Frank, he says, Frank goes, I'm sick of you talking about how the government are all Nazis. And he goes, but the government are all Nazis. And Frank goes, yeah, now. And I thought that was a good line. And I thought that could have been used in a much stronger storyline context. It would have been funny. It would have been incisive. It would have been satirical. But instead, no, it was a throwaway line in a romance story that doesn't need to be in this particular, overall world. The story they're trying to tell about Joel and Ellie. So, anyway, they do flashback after flashback after flashback. And the bottom line is, Frank falls into a trap. Bill reluctantly lets him out. Frank asks if he can have some food. And this is where the problems start. Because immediately you are just gay stereotypes in the face. Now, I am particularly sensitive to gay stereotypes. I've got tons of gay friends. Very dear gay friends. I'm a bisexual man myself. I'm regularly out in Birmingham's gay village. That's my preferred inhabitant of drinking. Is anyone on the Discord will tell you my first ever proper paying job. I worked in a restaurant for a gay restaurateur and a gay chef who used to bicker back and forth because they'd been a love interest at some point. So I am very sensitive to the sort of plight of trying to erode gay stereotypes, because gay stereotypes, so you know, some of the most manly dudes I've ever met in my life were just gay, right? They were gay and open, proud and manly and macho and butch and all of those other things that, you know, straights thought they had a fucking, you know, exclusive right to. And people like that, right, were people I looked up to, and it was like, you know, I was
Jag har glasfönster men ingen RGB.
especially in Wales,
Så
not
att...
a very impressive place to grow up. But I was
Ja, vi får se hur länge fan är det här. Är det 1060? 1060? Vad fan är det har? Display 1. 1063 gigare. Wow. 1060, jo jävlar. He's very finely attuned to the gay circumstance, or whatever he just said.
Why can a doomsday prepper who hates the government and is a survivalist, why isn't that enough? Why can he not be gay? No, what they had to do is...
Based and red pilled, if I do say so myself. Fuck, jag vet inte om det är dit jag ska.
They never move out of home, do they? Live with their mothers, don't they? Love their mothers, don't they? Stop right there, by the way. Can't be asked for that, right? But no, that's there. Next, when he makes the food. Oh,
get the doctors going.
World-class chef. He understands how to pair wine and food. He
Fuck me.
He could be an uncultured survivalist who would prefer a glass of bourbon. No, he knows rabbit and Beaujolais go together, right? Well, they do know about that, don't they, gays? They do know about food and wine, don't they, the gays? They know about
the gays.
And all the things in life.
The gays.
I'm like, fuck me, really? Really? In 2023, we're still doing this shit? For real?
For real, man. The gays know how to gobble a cock or two. Oh my god, jag kommer ändå dö alltså.
They're wearing flannel, guys. They're wearing flannel shirts.
Oh, they are so close.
Are we serious? Are we doing?
Wow.
They do like shopping though, don't they, the gays? They do like shopping.
The gays.
They, ooh, I want to save the boutique in an apocalyptic wasteland, right? So, forget all of that. That, by the way, they're relatively harmless stereotypes in the grand scheme.
I do have to ask, Joel, are you based on red pill?
In its sophistication in the story it tells. After their first meal,
I ask again. Are you based and red pilled? Good to hear. Kolla här nu, 8 bam, soulfire. Bam, 700. Suck a fat dick. Flamingo. Hey yo, DJ spin that shit. Aha, den här.
How many shrimps do you have to eat before you make your skin turn pink? Eat too much and you'll get sick. Shrimps are pretty rich.
Ba-ba-boom. Ba-ba-boom. Ba-ba-boom.
なんであいつらはピンク？動物園で思ったピンク食べ物で そうなんだ実は私
うん
は
そうなんだ
大好きプラスエビカニ食べようピンク色になるのだからみんな違う色人間って勘違いしてるよね Black, white, green or blue Show off your natural hue Flamingo Oh, 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 oh If you're multicolored that's cool too You
Fuck, jag tror jag ska hoppa ner där, men jag vet inte. Det känns som jag ska ner dit, men jag måste springa om och döda allt om jag hoppar ner i fel. Här kommer jag bara ut. Där kommer jag tillbaks. Fuck it, då kör vi. Flamingo. Det är rätt. Eller att det kommer någon fucking ganka mig nu. Och så hittar jag tillbaks. Och så måste jag logga för ikväll. Det kan lika gärna hända. Multicolored, wow. Okej, nu är jag ledsen. Nu är det Mega Man igen. Oh, där har de ju. Give me 20 of those bad boys. Ja. Gerudo Valley. Ja, vänta. nu då? Gjorde du väl igen? Nej. Dr. Wiley theme. Va? Ska vi köra dem där på datorn?
Ja.
Jaha. Det är så jävla cool alltså. Watch that shit. Men fan hittar jag ut härifrån sen då? Jag följer bara med i det här stället. Incendisaurus. Så Frost Temple. Fuck off.
Nej, du måste droppa igen.
Varför det? Vadå?
Jo!
Nej, ta bort det där. Usch vad vidrigt. Ta bort det där från mig.
Ingefära torkat,
Ja,
jättebra.
gud vad vidrigt. Ta bort det där.
Mår dåligt.
Ja, jag mår dåligt. Det kommer jävla...
Bättre av
Det där... Ta bort
Det var det nu.
verkligen.
Ja, skratta lite till, ja. Öppna munnen så. Öppna munnen. Upp, för fan, vilken äcklig tunga du har. Upp. Stäng munnen.
Motbjudande, måste verkligen säga.
Va?
Motbjudande. Nej. Med El Musica. Den spelar ju fortfarande. Får ingenting. Ja, där. Budu. Thumbs up, yo. Do. Gud vad högt det blev. Där har vi en. Mer. Gud, det måste verkligen pys. Fat Juicy Dicks dog jag. Helvete. Du. Fucking skoj. No, this is the pirate theme from RuneScape. Young sir, if you must inquire so. This is Magnus doing drunken burglary on your home. Theme song. Right into your fucking front door, bitch. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Always gonna keep it sturdy. Så fucking är på väg. Lights, camera, action. Jag tror det är vägen. Jo, men alldeles, låt mig alldeles för intensiv. Nej, inte här. Kanske här dock. Så ner där. Det känns rätt. Här är ju fucking bitch ace. Bombaklätt.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, bombaklätts, boom boom boom. Background fart soundboard. Sluta. Jävla bully.
Gud, nu kommer du säga att du var en hemsk grej.
Ja.
Hej Joel!
Vad för jävla gremlin? Ja.
Han kollar väl inte på det, va?
Jag vet inte.
Va?
Jag vet inte. Okej. Ska vi börja upp hela vägen då? Ja, det kör vi. Jag har faktiskt kört BRD en gång redan. Den är fan mysig. Vi körde ett hela dock för vi wipade några gånger och så var tanken tvungen att dra. Men jag har blivit bossad där några gånger och så har jag kört den. Ja, börjat den en gång med en vanlig grupp.
Va?
Nej, inget.
Vill du?
Inget, jag trodde du ville med något.
Du kanske kolla lite på min sida också. Se vad jag gör.
Kanske. Bam. Nu ska vi se hur fan kan man mounta. Jo, det här är Classic. Alltså Classic Era. Det kommer aldrig bli TBC eller någonting utan det är Classic som Classic var och inget kommer att förändras. Kom igen då. Så. Alltså shit, så här bitpop är funky alltså. För det är väl här som är bitpop, antar jag. Hos dvärgarna här. Det jag skulle vilja spela är en fresh classic, alltså att de börjar på samma sätt som de började 2019 då, när de släppte det från början classic. Det var jävligt nice.
Joel, du måste fråga när han ska spela Dead by Daylight. D-B-D-stavelse.
Vadå?
Jag vet inte, han frågar dig när du ska spela
BD? Black Rock Dungeons.
Oj, är du igen rasist?
Ja. Det mörkhyade dvärgar där.
Du sa att du är inte röstar på Sverige.
Vad? Har du något problem med mörkhyade dvärgar?
Jo.
För det?
Större klipp.
Kanske. Men närmare backen i alla fall. Kanske.
Jag får varje dag.
Maybe.
Vilken hemsk musik det också.
Det vet väl inte du?
Va?
Det vet väl inte du något om?
Jag hör den.
Du hör den?
Jo. Det står nära dig så får jag den.
Okej, kanske. Jag tror inte det var så högt.
Det står extra dåligt.
Mhm.
jag hämta honom?
Nej. Du kan göra någon mat åt mig.
Ska vi steka det köttet?
Jag kan steka palt.
Tack och lov på allt tillbaka.
Nej, det finns palt.
Den är oöppnad, den räknas inte.
Ja, den är oöppnad, så det finns
Inte fan tänker jag steka palt åt dig.
fint. Det. För det.
Jag gör det inte nu.
Nej.
Men jag kan ju steka något kött.
Lövbit. För det.
Lövbit.
Nej, det är lövbit.
Den har lövbit.
Det här som
Eller älskar.
älskar om det skulle då göra upp.
Det är bra med steker imorgon, det är inte utan.
Ja, om bara sätta i lite soja typ. Så jag kommer aldrig få en jävla lookout glass. Vad jag vill ha. Spyglass, smurning, turning, murning. För den här jävla questen som bröt mig när jag levlade Rogan så slog sönder tangentbordet. Jag sprang fram och tillbaka så här typ 2 timmar och försökte få den här jäveln. Men det är inte sån sak den här gången då, så... Nu spinner lämnar in. Det är väl skräplåt, händer ingenting. Days and subban. Det här är ju Lost Woods. Sorry, min lore var inte så djup. Luffa, det var när jag var trinket va? Oj ja. Så en fucking pet. First try hard är alldeles för långsamt för att hantera det där utan pet. Jag ska döda mig. Elite Quest klarar fan inte så alltså. Och springa och fixa flight där. Men det är rätt salt i alla fall. Eller premium gold här under tiden. Riktigt skummigt. Full skumläge. Kommer en major nu då tappar jag då. Försöker något här nu. Ingen mat här. Varför jävla level... För fan... Warlord... Nej, vad var shoulders? Gay ass loser. Det menar 100% gay. Jag skulle inte jobba. Just det, flightpassen. Är den där rollen gang kan man nu igen här då tappar jag hela kebaben. De kommer distract den. Det här va? Nu kommer en flightpass här. Det är en flightpass. Jag skannar hit för. Som jag flyga till skit alltså. Jag måste stanna och chilla här. Det tar ett mer. Fan ska jag göra. Ja, baby. Det här är faktiskt Metroid Prime. Menu select theme från Metroid Prime. Här är min Kristoffer-kille. Min bankkaraktär Schmeckles. Oj, goyim, give me them goyim cash. Baby. Nej, jag orkar bara lite streaming igång, nu vill jag lean back.